Hey everyone, this is my response to Unit 4. The question pretty much asks how we use our faith and our morals to guide us through or solve what we feel is unethical, inappropriate, and actions or things that are going on in the physical education world. So, from our textbooks, before going into personal experiences, our textbooks showed that for the Romans, like when it became Christianized, they really tried to step back from sports, definitely taking a step back separate from the Greeks because the Greeks were so like body conscious and willing to do so much for the body so they can emulate their polytheistic gods. Um, and so when the whole idea of Christianity came into play, they really wanted to separate them from the polytheist and monotheist type of attributes. So you can definitely see how in past history, um, individuals would definitely try to not, like, sports wasn't that a huge thing, but sports happened, but they did try to like minimize it in for that sense. Looking to personal experience though, whenever there is a situation, I coach at the YMCA and as a swim coach, and oftentimes there are very many like unethical things that are going on or inappropriate things, either with my staff or between members, maybe with some like children, because they themselves don't understand, and sometimes people do things solely out of the fact that they're just used to doing them, and so it's very very important for the coaches and the rest of the staff to like realize what these unethical behaviors are staff members talking inappropriately, are coaches favoriting one but not the other, are they becoming a little bit, going as far as to say racist? Is the pay difference a huge thing? What we just recently saw in my facility and neighboring facilities as swim coaches was that um, male coaches were receiving a huge increase in pay where female coaches were staying stagnant. So there was coaches solely like it happened to be statistically that they were all male coaches. They were getting $20 an hour. Female coaches were getting $13 an hour. So that's a huge $7 pay difference, and they definitely try to minimize the gap there and base it off more of experience and the effort put into the why and into the practices. So for myself, I think it all comes down to leadership. Leadership is an action, not a word or not a noun. So you have to act out leadership. And when you see these unethical things happen, you have to approach it. So there's an article that is done by Oss, Ellingson, Lindo, and Moeller, and the article is titled Leadership Qualities in the Return to Work Process. I took a little bit out of this segment to really see that what they were stating was people felt more eager to work properly and not cut corners when they saw that their leaders took time to acknowledge it. So as a leader, you have to take the time and the effort to point these unethical problems out. If something's not sitting right with you, you need to say something. You need to do something about it. It's not about doing everything the right way according to your manual, but doing the right thing, which we also saw in our books. And it's a huge thing in the sports industry today. So many people are taking a step back because they don't want to meddle into any problems, but they're not becoming leaders because they're not putting forth the effort to fix these unethical problems. In another article that was done by Aristotles, Kaloyan, and Evangelos, in an article titled Leadership Style in Greek Soccer Players, I took a little bit of the information from here, and they had noticed that players didn't want to try hard. And I think this goes all the way around. If coworkers or other people in the field aren't trying hard to be sound in all of their works, they're definitely going to slack off. And that's when these unethical, inappropriate behaviors happen. People aren't showing good work ethic. They're not trying hard. They're not showing up. They're not showing up. They're taking advantage of the sporting industry. If there's a coach and they don't show up to practice, they're taking time out of the players' time. That's unethical work, in my opinion, bad work ethics. And so you definitely need to look at all of this. For myself and my belief, I grew up in the Catholic Church, and I was from the very beginning was taught that you treat others how you want to treat yourself. If I'm going to go into a workplace and I expect my coworkers or my employees to work hard to do everything according to the book, but also do the right thing, kind of like the customers first or serving the customer, I have to show that too. I can't just expect it from everyone else but not be it myself. So you definitely have to be a leader and take that initiative to become someone like that. The other thing is that you have to do things out of love. And I know it sounds a little bit biblical in that sense, but you do have to show everything out of love. If you're doing something to hurt someone else, either you want them to decrease their pay, you want them to get fired, or you want to hurt them somehow. Like players sometimes are very violent in games. They can get angry. That's not doing anything out of love. And being a coach or an administrator, they need to recognize these signs, and they need to be able to step up and handle the problem appropriately and take the time to really see it. I look forward to hearing everybody else's responses, and I hope you guys have a great day.